Today, I'm going to talk about the current state of the market and how I'm investing and preparing for the new event in FC Mobile. So the market's actually doing relatively well. We did see a decent rebound from a few days ago when the market crashed, but in the past few days, we haven't seen much market movement. We've seen what's called capitulation, which is when prices go back and forth between certain ranges. So nobody has really crashed in price, but nobody has skyrocketed in price either. Now, I think this is in part because people are expecting a new event to come out, which should be coming out I do expect later today. And when that new event comes out, we're going to get new players, and some of them may replace the players that we're currently using. So I think some people are holding back and not putting all of their coins into the cards that we currently have. But of course, another huge factor is the mystery signings, because we are going to get Ribéry, his card is crashing. We are going to get Lampard, his card is not doing well either. But the milestone rewards are going to come out, and I think people are also holding out to see how the market is affected by these rewards. Now, we checked this the other day, but there's only a 1% chance of a 91 overall player and a 4% chance of a 90 overall player, and that's assuming that most people choose the 89 to 91 pack. So I don't think many players are going to be getting a 90 to 91 overall card. But what's important to know, and we've talked about this before, is oftentimes what matters most is what people expect to happen, not what actually happens. So because most people probably don't know that there's a 1% chance and a 4% chance of getting those players, and they probably expect it's about an even rate, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see 90 to 91 overalls being sold off when these packs come out. Because people are going to panic, they're going to expect people to pack these cards, and that will cause a market shift. So in 5 days time, if you have any of these cards, I would check the market, keep a close eye on the market. If the players start crashing, I'd sell them off and buy them back for cheaper, but it's definitely going to be an irrational sell-off, so it won't last for very long. So with that being said, I think the combination of a new event coming out, the mystery signings rewards being here in 5 days time, and nothing that's come out that has given people a lot of coins has sort of led to our market hitting capitulation. Now, what I've done to capitalize on this, I actually bought a Mateus off camera for 19.5, I think, or 19.3 million coins a few days ago. I wanted to see if the ranked up version was a lot better than his 93 overall welcome to FC Mobile icon. With the training, he had better stats, but I didn't feel like he played much better in game, so I ended up selling him off for 24 million coins, 21.6. I made a couple million coins right there. When this Werner exchange came out, I was thinking about picking up a bunch of attackers, but I ended up picking up an 80 overall German player, and that's because the 75 to 79s were very hard to get on the market. There weren't enough supply of it, and I knew over time people would be impatient, wouldn't wait for the 75 to 79s to be bought, and they just go up to the next level, which is 80, which is also the level where there's going to be a lot more supply, because 80 is a lot easier to pack than the 75 to 79s. So I bought 200 copies of Klosterman for 151,000 coins and sold them all 12 to 16 hours later for 196, so I made 25,000 coins per card, so in total I made 5 million. I also sold off every single Mateus that I bought between 10 to 9.5 million, because might as well, and these guys were packed last night. I ended up selling them off as well, just to get some extra coins. So now we're at 217 million coins, and here's how I'm going to prepare and invest for the upcoming event. So the new event that's coming out is Rule Breakers, which is very exciting. There's a few cards that they already teased on Twitter that look incredible, but I do think it's going to be very similar to the Libertadores event, where we have some skill games, some skill matches, maybe a new event pass, and then a handful of new players, but not a huge abundance of great players. And so because of that, I also expect there to be new exchanges with the new event, like there was with Libertadores. There was, I believe, an 87 to or 88 to 91 exchange, and a few others. And so I think one investment opportunity for this event is to pick up players for the exchanges. Now, in the past, I've made the mistake of buying them before the exchanges reset. I'm just going to wait until the exchanges come out, see what's needed, and then go into the market and buy it as soon as possible. That has worked for me for every other exchange so far, so I'm going to do that exact same tactic. But ahead of time, I might buy, let's say, 100 copies or 50 copies of some 84 plus rated players, because there's a good chance they're going to be used, if not in the new event exchanges, for sure in the UCL exchanges. So investing in players for the exchanges, I think, is one way to go about it. Hopefully we also get a player exchange, which will also give us another opportunity to invest. But overall, I think that's going to be the easiest way to make coins with the new event. But the other thing to keep in mind is we will have new players that come out, which means that the players that we currently have in the market and in the game might become outdated with these new players. Now, I'll put it up on screen here, but in the FC Mobile teaser, you could see we have a 90 rated left back from the Netherlands. Most people are saying that's going to be Ake. You have 92 right back from England, which will likely be Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then a 94 rated striker from Portugal, which people are speculating will be Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, all of those are possible, but one thing we have to understand with this event is that it's not a regular event where the players get boosted stats. I actually went back to FIFA 22 and I found they did another Rule Breakers event at that point with a similar kind of concept. And what they do for the event is they actually change the stats of a certain card to make them more playable in a different position without actually changing their position. So at that time they had a Haaland, and while they decreased his attacking stats, they increased his playmaking stats. So increased his passing, increased his dribbling, and increased his pace. They also did Casemiro, and for him they decreased his defending and his physical stats, but they increased his shooting, his passing, his dribbling to make him more of a playmaker. So we might be seeing something similar with this event. If we do get a Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, he may not have crazy defending stats, he may actually have very good midfield stats because he often does play in the midfield during games for Liverpool in real life. And for Ronaldo, they might give him more center attacking mid stats or maybe left wing stats, maybe really up that pace. So at the moment, I wouldn't bet on any of the new players coming out to really replace the players that we currently have right now for the roles that we expect them to replace them for. So there might be a great striker Ronaldo card, but maybe he's not the best striker. Maybe he's best as a left wing or as a center attacking mid. We won't know until he comes out. But let's say if he's really good as a center attacking mid, then you might see Bobby Charlton go down or Zidane go down. And if Trent Alexander-Arnold is great as a defensive midfielder, maybe we see someone like Ramirez go down in price. We obviously won't know until the event comes out, but it's something to keep in mind that they may not replace the players that we expect them to replace. So with that being said, make sure you check the cards when they first come out, see their stats, see how they play in game, and see what players in your squad they're going to replace, if any, and then you can make the decision of what cards you should sell off or what cards you should go out and try to buy. But with all that being said, there's one final thing that we have to really keep in mind, and that is when the new events come out, usually new packs and, like we talked about, new exchanges come out, meaning more players are on the market, but also people are packing a lot more players. So there's a decent chance that we see a bit of a downtrend in the market in the first 24 hours, let's say, maybe 48 hours, because everybody's packing cards, selling cards, everything's happening in the market. And then after about a day or two, we can see the high-rated meta players like the Mbappes, the R9s, the Van Dijks, the Maldinis. They could start increasing a lot more in price because now people have more coins. So that's just something to keep in mind. I would not sell off your entire team, but keep your eyes on the players when they come out, on the new packs when they come out, and the exchanges. Of course, I'll make a video when this does happen. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.